Hello everyone. Today we're going to make a funny little bat for Halloween. There he is. Now I did some research on the internet and looked up lots of pictures of bats, but this is kind of my take on a bat. And I shaped the wings, but if you want to make a drawing for yourself, I should have made a template for you guys. I may still do that, um, but it's not that hard to shape the wings. And I made two balls about the same size, so I get the wings about the same size. Of course, if you use a template, you'll have them both the same size. And I hope my microphone is working. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Yeah, it takes a little bit to shape the wings, so using a template might be a better idea. And don't make it too thin. And as I said, I made this much bigger than you would want it to be. Now, if you're hanging it from a tree, that's fine. This is a good size. But if you want it for a pin or a pendant, you might want to make it just a little bit smaller. Yeah, I looked at lots and lots of pictures of bats on the internet, and I think they have a bad reputation. I think they're quite cute. I think they do a lot of good. And I read that if it weren't for bats, the farmers would not be able to keep the bugs away from their crops. So they're actually helping us with our food supply. I know I live out in the country in South Carolina. We have a telephone pole with a security light on it. And at night, all the bugs fly around the security light, and you can see the bats flying up there eating the bugs. And if the security light goes off, all you can hear is bang, bang, bang on the windows of the house where the bugs are hitting the windows. Yeah, we have big bugs. And when I was reading up on the bats, they actually have hands. They call them hands. You really should look up bats. It's fascinating. As some of you may know, I have been staying at my brother's house. He lives on 2.5 acres, closer into the city than I have my house. And I wish he had some bats around his house because the bugs are eating me up. I take his dogs for several walks a day, and I am just eaten up this year, so bats would have been nice here. And as I always say, if you don't want to listen to my voice, just turn the sound off. You can probably do this without listening to me anyway. So I made this little body, and I gave him kind of a big belly. So, and in retrospect, I'm thinking I should have made it in brown so you could see it a little better. And I think basically bats are flying rats. And they do have arms that come out of their bodies and are attached to the wings. It's not like birds. Birds just have the wings, but the bat actually has arms that is attached to the wings. Now, I just put his feet on like that. They actually have legs. I'm thinking he pulled up his feet when he was flying. And I'm using the needle tool just to texture in so it looks like paws. Yeah, his head is a cone shape. You don't want to make it round because you want to make it more like a mouse's head or a rat's head. Make it like cone shaped. Now, when I made his ears, I did attach them to the wings. You know, in reality, they're not attached to the wings, but I just thought it would make the piece a little bit stronger. And I probably made the ears a little bit bigger than they should be, but that's okay because this is kind of an exaggeration of a bat anyway. We're not going for realism. I also made his nose a little too big. You're poking 2 holes in the nose for the nostrils. And I'm just kind of texturing the wings and outlining them. Give them a little definition. little belly button. You don't have to do that, but I always like that. I'm making a little heart out of two teardrop shapes. And you don't have to put a heart on him. You can actually even paint this on if you want, but this is just an option. You don't have to do it. Like I say there, I like it. And I'm going to have him holding a little jack-o'-lantern that he's bringing home to the family. His family of millions of bats living under the bridge. Now I'm going to be doing his eyes in clay, so I'm making two holes. You can also paint on his eyes if you prefer. And his eyes I'm doing in a very simple way, just putting the white in, and then I'm going to put a small black dot on the white. He's not really a scary bat, but I think he's kind of cute. Not everything has to be scary at Halloween. I know some people would disagree with me, but that's just how I feel. There we go. He needs a mouth. I'm giving him a big smile. And to do his fangs, we're going to do teardrop shapes, and the larger end will go into the mouth, and the pointy end will be sticking out. Yeah, this one tooth is giving me some problems, I think. My white clay that I've been using has been very, very soft. That makes it a little more difficult. There he is. Going to make his little jack-o'-lantern that he's bringing home to the family. And he's holding it in his one of his hands. Now, the pumpkins are very easy to do. Now, remember, always add the blush before you bake. And I'm going to really do up his ears. I know it looks weird putting pink blush on the wings like that, but put it on very, very lightly. And you don't have to do that. I put a little bit on the nose. I like a lot of it in the ears to just kind of bring out the ears. And like I said, you don't have to put it on the wings. And he is ready to bake. And follow the instructions on your package of clay because they all could be different. They're not that much different, but you never know. And if you're going to hang him, make sure you put a hook into the top of him. And if you're going to use him as a pin, glue the pin back on. Do not use a glue gun. Use super glue or a Loctite super glue. And there he is before he's baked. And this is after I baked him. I put in some white dots on the eyes and in the nose. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.